Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is Trev the Rev going live. Trev the Rev, and I'm no vicar. As everyone knows me by now, I ain't no vicar. It is true. I apologise. I apologise for those waiting for the show. It is a little late, a whole 4 minutes late. I apologise for that. For some reason, it wouldn't upload the show properly at 6 o'clock. Don't know why. Been a pain in the bum. Welcome to the show. How are we doing today? I hope it's a lovely warm day. I hope to find you all well. I hope to find people be able to talk to you on the show as we go along. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows how this show's going to go? Right, as usual, I like to start with the advertisement. This show's brought online by me at the moment. Me. Yes, me, by the way. And if you like the show, please hit that like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And when you want to know when these videos are coming out, ring that bell. And obviously tell your friends as well, Pass it on, pass the word, and things will only get better. It's a dream, I think, come out of that song. Anyway, I'd like to start the show. I'd like to start that show with some jokes. Yes, I thought I'd like to start a serious show with some jokes. And entering the room is the Lady Roz. Please, it's Lady Roz. Don't worry, I'm not talking to anybody at the moment. There's no one there. I'm talking to myself at the moment. So for the sake of people who are going to watch the video and who don't know who Roz is, say hi.
Hello.
Yes, that's Roz. That's my beloved Roz, darling of my life. And yes, as I said earlier, I'd like to start this show with some jokes. Some bad jokes. And I will say these jokes, I'm not saying they're bad. If there were any more bad, there'd be a Michael Jackson song. Honestly. Mexicans. Let's start with the Mexicans, eh? Let's start. Lima. Mexicans have been complaining about Trump's wall. They should get over it by now. Get over the wall. Now, for those who are worried about Alexa listening into your conversations, Amazon have brought out a new version, a male version called Alex. Completely ignores you. Completely ignores everything you say. Typical bloke. Normal bloke, So I said to my girlfriend, can you pass me a newspaper? And yes, before I go any further, it has been on Facebook. I do find it funny. That's why I'm telling the joke. Like, meow. I said to my girlfriend, can you pass me a newspaper? She replied, you can use my iPad. The blinking fly never knew I did it. Yeah, never knew. And I'll leave this joke, the last one, and this is fitting for the last one, is I wonder if the lyrics for MC Hammer's song are available in Braille. Fantastic. Fantastic. Where to your mother? Or words to that effect. Words to that effect. Words to that effect. Yeah. Anyway, so this is how this show's going to be. Now, as is with the title of your show, you may think, what? Bonds of friendship? What that's all about? What is that on about? Last night, I went to a leaving do, and it was the boss's leaving do, and I was very humbled last night. I do mean humbled. It takes a lot to, I don't say knock me off a pedal, but it's not that at all. I'm very proud. I'm very, very proud to say I have friends all around me. But sometimes you do not realise how good of friends they are until things happen. And last night was one of those times for me personally. And which is leaving do. And I don't know why, but when we were ordering the food, I was under the impression that it was being paid for. And the second I found out it wasn't being paid for, I couldn't. I'm being honest, I could not afford to pay for a meal. Um, and I would quite happily sat down at the table and just my drink. But all my friends that were there brought the meal for me, and at the time I acted in a negative way. He's like, no, 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 don't do that. I rather did. But sometimes people don't understand. The gesture's nice. The gesture was beautiful, and it really was. But the human reaction when someone says, "I will get it for you," is always no, no, don't, because it's sometimes feels embarrassing that you can't afford to pay for a meal. Especially this day and age. But once I realised that it wasn't embarrassing and they were just being friends, that I felt humble, and I really did. And these are people I work with. And I have a laugh with these guys at work, and I do. I always have a laugh with these guys at work, and I get on with virtually all of them. Um, I was just really thrown back last night. I was so humbled by what they did. In fact, brothers who pay for someone's meal may not sound like a big thing, but to me it was. And as I said, I was humbled by what they did. And on air, I'm saying thank you to all the guys from where I work. That was really appreciated last night. And I thought about it. I've been thinking about my past, and I've been thinking about other times where things like this has happened. And it's one moment was up in the Cotswolds. We just moved up into the area, and a house come up, a little tap room house, like a little horse thing, tap room, making house. And an opportunity came up for us to move in, but we had to find a month's deposit and a month's rent in advance. And that's a lot of money. And at the time, we were Jurassic, I should say. And there's no way we could have found it. No way at all. And my boss at the time, bless his cotton socks, upon hearing this, just when I went to his safe, picked some money up, came out and went, here you go, pay it back when you got it. And we did. We paid him back over the month. But it's that small little gesture, because someone who's only known me for about 3-4 months at the time, and he done that. And in this day and age, you don't see it so much. You do not see it so much, and it's not because um, out of greed or out of people just not want. People just don't have the ability these days. Money is so tight these days. Things like that is so it's which makes it more when it actually happens, makes it more humbling and more special moment when it happens. And I know I'm talking to myself. I've got no one out in a moment. And in fact, it makes it easier. Another time this sort of thing happened. It's different in a way, but it was because in Reading. I lived in Reading, and I used to work in a car park, and all the people there that we worked with, we weren't just work buddies. We were mates. We used to go out and go out to the pub once a week and as a group, and it was the days where I'd drink a bit too much and wake up in a bed in someone else's house. And that sounds bad, as I know upon saying that. My friend's house, they'd take me because I'd collapse. They'd take me home and put me in their guest room and look after me. I was going through a very bad stage in those days. But there was one moment where it was someone's birthday, and it was someone's. It was quite a big anniversary birthday. I don't remember if it was 25 or something like that. But we all planned out to go at the birthday party, and the one person that wasn't going to go because they had to run the petrol station. The car park at the time was his newest member of staff. It was all agreed that he should stay behind because, you know, he's the newest person there, and the rest of us can go. I think we're going to go to TGFI Fridays, if memory serves me correct. Yeah, if memory serves me correct. Well, as it turns out, this bloke decided on that particular night he wasn't going to work and rang in sick. So I then said, look, you go and have a good time, and I'll do the car park. And me, it didn't bother me that I wasn't going because it's something about me that it sounds weird. A lot of people see me and who think they know me as well as what they should, and they see this lively, fun-loving person who always talks all the time. But I am. When I'm at work, I'm a laugh a minute. I'll have a laugh with anybody. When I'm doing this show, I open up and I laugh with anybody. I'd have no problem making myself look a fool for those watching on TV, watching on the laptop, watching on the PC. Anybody. It doesn't bother me because, it's a part of me. When I go into an environment where I'm around other people, I'm talking like a pub or a party or even actually when I'm doing cribbage and stuff like that, and I go, it's like this thing goes in my head, and I go quiet, and I just sit down in quietness and watch everyone else have a good time, and I don't know why. I do not know why. I find it so hard to adjust to, even when it's friends are about, even when friends are about, I still just turn off and go quiet and watch everyone else have a good time, and I find it so hard to step forward and join in. There's been a couple of times where I've joined in and I've had a laugh and a dance with people on the dance floor. And in those days, 9 times 10, because I've drunk too much, I said, you can keep your confidence and all that jazz and all that. Yeah, um, you know, I don't know why it happens to me like that. I remember going to the Christmas do and work last year, and everyone's it's me. I'm having a drink. And there's a few times where people come over to me and talk to me for a couple of minutes, and it's no fault of them. They come over and they will try to talk to me and try to have I just my ability to join in isn't there, and I don't know why it happens like that. I understand it's a part of me, and it always will be a part of me. I don't know why. Why? Tell me why? Why am I that way? Why am I that way? Why am I that way? And one of the few times I don't go that way around people, weirdly enough, is my medium that evening because I I've done a couple of shows now where I've been working with someone else. Speaking of which, I will say on the 13th of September, I believe it's September, 13th of, let me just double check the dates on my and the phone, just to make sure that's correct, because it may be October. Let me just double check the dates as I say that. Yes, the 13th of September, Eyes of the Dragon are doing their first show. I do mean their first show in Water in just outside Exeter. If you want to come along, you need to contact the pub. We'll be advertising on Facebook. You can do that way. And on the 3rd of November, which should be a Saturday evening, we're doing another show in St Catherine's Priory, just down the road from where I live. And that's Exeter. For those who don't know where I live, comes in handy. Comes in handy. And yeah, I'll do another show there. It's weird when I do these shows. I just, I get past that wall that stops me from talking to other people. I just over it and I'm fine. I'm I just get on with it. And it's weird. It's weird. I've never reacted like that. So maybe it's a sign that I'm doing what I was put here to do. Like this, I don't struggle when I'm talking to people on the camera. Maybe because there's nobody around. I'm just talking. I'm aware I'm talking to the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who watch this show. But you know, there's no one actually there when I'm talking. I think that's why I'm able to do so. Getting back to her story. Getting back to her story. So I said, yeah. I said, look, don't worry. I'll run the car park. You go out and have a good time. Yeah, fantastic time. And there were a few neglects to, oh, you shouldn't have to do that. You should come along and blah, 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 blah. But I said, no, look, you've known each other a lot longer than what you've known me. So it makes sense for me to step back onto the car park. So I went to the car park. I was working in the car park, and as usual, it was its usual quiet self, And I sat outside in this booth. And normally you stay outside till about 11 o'clock, and then you go into the office. And it was about quarter to 11. I was sitting in this booth, and I could hear this noise in the background. And I thought, hey, someone's having a good laugh. Someone's having a good laugh. And as I looked at the car park, I could swear I could see a balloon popping up and down. And after a while, I realised it was all my mates had gone. Sorry, they put the party to me. They wanted me and they wanted me to be a part of them so much that they brought the party to me when I was working. And I'm going to be putting this video on his page to see what he thinks. So I'll give the thumbs up to Linda, to Simon, to Laurie, to Sandy, and to Jeff. I believe they were the names. If I got any names wrong, I apologise. I do apologise. Which was a long time ago. This was back in the early 1990s, I think. I was working there. Oh, that's a long time ago. But again, it humbled me at the time. It really humbled me that I didn't realise how good a friend these people were, because and to me that was such a big thing that they did. I I don't. It's. I'm not saying out of their character, because it wasn't. These guys are really, really nice characters, and I'm still friends with them today. I may not talk to them every day. I may spoke to one of them in over 20 odd years, but I still classify them as my friends. Who I mean, this place. Would you believe we used to play Sonic the Hedgehog overnight whilst we were playing night shift there, because there's no customers. There's like no cars going back and forwards. I took in a Sega Mega Drive at the time, and we were playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and 3 when we were working. And the funny thing we used to turn it off on purpose about half hour before the boss turned up, because boss is finding out you should be working and actually doing all this. And he turned in early one day, and we thought, oh no, oh, oh no, we're going to get we get told off for this. And then next thing you know, he's playing it as well. And I know it's and I've had a fair few bosses in my time. He was up there with one of the best, I have to say. Jeff, Jeff, yeah, he was definitely one of the best. And it's weird. This week, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I've had people from work going, "Oh, we don't know what you're going to talk about." I said, "I don't know." Sometimes I wait and I get inspired. And last night gave me the inspiration of what this video is about. And it's like I don't take these quiet moments as me not thinking what to say, because I do know what to say, and I'm saying the words that come out of my mind. But this is how important this particular video or blog or whatever you want to call the thing is to me. I value friendship so much that I have a tendency to push people away sometimes, because that's how important they are to me. That when I do set them in, they become very, very close friends to me. And I do mean very, very close friends. And I'll always be there for them as much as I can do for them, as much as they are for me. And it's just something you don't see these days, as I said. That little touch, that little touch of friendship. Um, but I've had this many a times where that friendship, that humbling feeling has come up, and that's just with me. And that's just with me. I can't do it on say everything on the air because if I was to mention all the times I've been made to feel humble, I'd never get there. The show would be like 4 hours long. Honestly, it would do. And it's not always the same things either. It's never always the same things. Sometimes the reason you feel humble is completely different reasons. Completely different reasons. But that makes it even more and more important. We must never forget who your friends are. Trust me, do not forget who your friends are. And it's times like that you'll find who your friends are. It really, really, and I'll give the shout out to the people that were there last night at the show. I'll give my shout out to Craig, to Chris, to Carl, to John, to Gray, to Duncan, and I'm not going to say to E because he'll get rather upset to Ian. I was happy stayed there last night, a couple of extra hours, but I was left home, so I couldn't really hang on. So it appears that it is going to be a shorter video than usual today. A bit shorter than usual. Some shows don't have to be long. I suppose there's no set time to the show, and it does have a serious feel to it. The show today. I wanted to make this a fun one, but for some reason it's come out quite serious. I mean, I can have fun moments like going blah, but don't realise how much this can mean to people, how much a slight gesture can mean to people. Friendship is important. It's never just one person. We are all connected, all of us, in one way or another. We are all connected, and that makes this bond of friendship so important. I've got a couple of people in America that I know. I've never met them in my life, but I still consider them my friends. I've met them by connecting through Facebook and stuff. And no, I can't fly to America to actually see these guys and stuff, but I'm still honoured to meet them. I'm still honoured to know them. I have a friend in Dinnington that I have a good laugh with on the phone, Paul, and I've never met him face to face. I just know him via the phone call, and I classify him as a friend because and I don't forget my friends. As I said earlier, friends to me are very, very important. I do not forget my friends. So on that note, I think I'll be calling this one off early. It's now this has been going live for about 23 minutes, 24 minutes, and it's come to half past. So it's about half-hour show I normally do. So let me put my fun head back on. Let me put I'm putting the fun head back on. If you have enjoyed the show, if you've enjoyed the show, please hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit my subscribe. Click on subscribe. And especially, please trust me, especially if you want to know when this stuff's coming out, ring that bell. Honestly, ring that bell. And please tell your friends about this show. Please tell your friends about the show. The word is so important. So I'll say to you, my friends, chunga, ta, goodbye, farewell.